other languages. Because JavaScript is oops, but remember that JavaScript is a prototype-based program. Remember that one? JavaScript introduction time we discussed that one. The prototype-based program. Following the oops, sir. Because objects available, classes available, everything is there. I'm following the oops, but I have my own programming style that is called as prototype-based program. Okay. So in oops, we have two subcategories actually. In oops, we have two subcategories actually. One is class-based programming. Second one is the object-based program. Mostly, I think you don't know this information. Two types of oops available. One is the class-based. Second one is the object-based. So our JavaScript is following object-based programming. And other languages are following the class-based program. But both comes under the oops. What is these two certain subflavors, subcategories? So that is the main reason why JavaScript coding syntax and especially other languages, Java, .NET not matching, sir. It is structure different. You're depending on the classes, I'm depending on the objects. First day, almost to 25 days to 4 weeks over around in this one, we developed so many examples. All that examples, if you observe that one, every example I'm using object. First day one of the JavaScript till to date, every example I'm using the object, but I never created any class. No need also. Without creating the class, we can complete the total JavaScript, but a compulsory. But while go to the Java.NET without class, we can't do even single program, right? Even you are unable to perform at least one small program also you can't develop, right? So structure of the program different. So remember, JavaScript is OOPS, but OOPS, they have their own structure that is called as the prototype. Nothing but an object dependency program. In JavaScript, every operation it is performed directly with objects. Everything with directly object. Everything. Document is object, console is object, window is object, even window is also object. Like that, everything it performs through objects. All information about the objects, sir. What is object? How to create the object? That is we are going to focus on. Object is a real-time entity. An object is nothing but a real-time entity. What is the meaning of real-time entity, sir? It's really existed in the world. It's really existed in the world. A physical component really existed. It's called as physical. Not existed. It is called as imaginary or imagination. Imaginary or imagination. How can decide it is an object, sir? If anybody they have these three qualities, or if anybody they have these three characteristics, those we can call as an object. What is that, sir? That item should be visible to us. That item should be touchable by us. That item we can see. We are able to see, we are able to touch, we are able to use. If you have these three characteristics, then you becomes as an object. If you are not having these three, or if any one is missing, you are not object. Then what is sir? If you are not object, automatically you becomes as a class. Automatically becomes as a class. Examples for objects are These all are the examples for object. Real life examples. Dog, bird, house, bag, cake, phone, pencil, book, comb, sofa, human being, in syringe, ambulance, tractor. All these are the real life examples of the object. But programming examples, sir. In our HTML, every HTML element is an object. 100%, sir, you are believing or not. Every HTML element is a object. Paragraph is object, IMG is object, button is object, division is object, HR is object, anchor tag is object. Like that, how many elements available in HTML? All those are the objects only. So it's line just for understanding purposes, sir. Because the real life things together we can easily understand. And these are the programming things. Each and every element of the HTML is an object in JavaScript point of view. JavaScript point of view, all those are the objects. HTML treating as a elements or tags, sir. The same tag JavaScript is treating as a object. Item same, but HTML version different to JavaScript version is different. HTML saying it's a tag. The same item JavaScript is saying that it is the object. Which is correct, sir? Both correct. Both correct. The two people, so two opinions, sir. Suppose if any incident is happens in the India or in our place, any incident is happens, right? Some people are supporting this incident, some people are objecting this incident. Which is correct? Everything is correct as per their point of view. Simple thing. Starting of the today's session, what I said, chat box I'm disabling. End of the session, I'll enable the chat box. Right? Some students positively responded. Good, sir. It is okay, sir. No problem. One of the candidate who is the Dubey said it's not good, sir. So a chat box is the concept. One student objected. Remaining student accepted that. Which is right? Their perspective. Their perspective. So who are feeling it's creating some disturbance in the flow of explanations, those are all feeling it's a right. Who are not feeling it's a disturbance to class, those feeling it's a right. Correct? Point. That is the main. Variety nona, variety nona. Dubey said it's not good enough. Chat box disabling, right? Last 1.5 hours, one question also is not giving any reply. Chat box still enable it. It's already active already. 5 minutes after I already enabled the chat box. So many points I asked it that one. There is no response from even one question. Then what is the use of chat box? Huh? That's why I said that is chat box available, sir. 90% of students they are not utilizing that one. 10% also, 10% they're perfectly utilized. Longer right and not talking. Everybody they have their own perspective. That is the meaning. Which is right, which is wrong, we can't say. Some people supporting that one, some people objecting that one. Very common thing. Anywhere, suppose if any incident is happens in India, whether some robbery or accident or something. Huh? Somebody supporting that one, somebody objecting that. Well, recently, మన Uttarakhand ఏదో something floods are came కదా. Somebody supporting and they're playing that one. But somebody what they're doing, objecting in the sense, they are making only mistakes, then only that is happens. Illegal constructions, irrespective constructions, destroying of the nature taking the revenge like that. And one group of people are correct or wrong? They're spoiling the nature, they're damaging the nature. The nature is reacting like that. One people version. Other people version what's sir? Somebody, some houses losing, somebody, some lives is losing, and they are going to showing their condolence. Which people version is correct? Completion of Ramayana. Who is Sita asking here, Rohitji? Completion of Ramayana. Who is the Sita you are asking? 1.5 hours. I said that one error handling, error handling, error handling. Huh? Only how you got the doubt here? Huh? Okay, now this is the definition. What is the definition, sir? Object is an instance of a class. Object is an instance. If anybody is asked to define the object, you can write like this, sir. It's an instance of class. What is instance, sir? We don't know. Instance is nothing but a dynamic memory block. Dynamically constructed one memory block, it is called as instance. Now, if you need a more easy processor, it is a copy of the class. Every object is a Xerox copy of the class. Every object is a Xerox copy of the class. Then you generally will get the doubt. Sir, we have already class, yes, sir. Classes available. Then why objects, sir? We can use directly class only, sir. Of course, sir, you can use the class, there is no problem. But when you use the class, you are missing the reusability. You are missing the feature of reusability. Then only instead of touching the class, prepare the copies of the classes. Use these copies for your needs. Original class not getting any disturbances. How many copies you prepared, that number of purposes we can use that. That number of purposes we can use. Live example or HTML tag say. Live example. Suppose input is the tag. How many input tags we have in HTML, sir? Only one. 10 input tags not available. We have only one input tag, right? If this input tag, if used directly, how many text boxes you can create? Only one text box we can. If you use the input tag directly, you can create only one text box. Second text box, how, sir? Not possible. Only HTML also what it is doing, sir? Making the copies of the tags. Input tag copies preparing. So that copy, one is the username box, second one is the email ID box, third one is the contact number box, like this. If you use the tag directly, sir, you can create only one input element that you can use only for one purpose only. But if you make the copies of input tag, if you use the copies, sir, every copy we can use for different data taking from the user. Live example or HTML only. Okay, this is the meaning of object, sir. Object is nothing but a memory block. Arrays of concept we know very well. Arrays non-primitive data type, na? Objects also non-primitive data. Arrays, functions, objects. All these three comes under the non-primitive data types, also called as referensive variables. So somebody is a last referensive data type. Somebody is a second referensive data type. How can define the object, sir? Every object inside. How can define the object, sir? Every object inside at least one property, one method available. Every object minimum it maintains one property, one method. Example, we know arrays already. So live example array. Length. You remember length is a property. Length is a property. Arrays property. A sort to push to index to pop, what is all these things and methods. All these things are the methods to the every object. Even document also you can take. Document object is there. A document object inside we have write to write element. Console object is there. Console object inside log available. Console object inside table available. Recently we used it. And console object inside error available. Today I use it. So what is all these things are predefined methods. Predefined methods. Minimum, sir. Minimum one method, minimum one property. Otherwise, no use of the object. The properties and methods not available. There is no use of the object. An object is a collection of properties and an object is a collection of methods. The object is a collection of properties and collection of methods. Okay, sir. Then what is the use of properties? What is the use of methods, sir? First one, small clarity. Up to the last example of our JavaScript, we created variables for almost all programs. That variable, say, we should pronounce it as a properties. That variable we should pronounce as a property. And functions. Even today, error handling also I defined two functions, addition and division. Addition and division. Yesterday examples also we created some functions, right? That all functions in this topic we called as a method. The methods are the next level of the functions, sir. Properties here are the next level of the variable. Directly variables nothing but an properties. Slight differences are ever. Functions nothing but slight difference are. One purpose, second one memory location. Almost syntax is same as that. So previous all the topics what we call variables, those today from today onwards we are calling as properties. Previous topics what we call the functions, from today onwards we are calling as methods up to only. Okay. The person same as her pronunciation changed. What is the use of properties, sir? Properties are used to store the data. Properties are used to maintain the data. Properties are used to store the data. Which data, sir? Related to some person or some tag or something. I'm maintaining the details related to something. Place details we can maintain, product details we can maintain, movie details we can maintain, user details we can maintain, customer details we can maintain, bus details we can maintain, train details we can maintain. Something details, data. Then what is the use of methods, sir? Methods are used to perform some logical operation. Methods are used to perform some logical operation on this data. On this data. A compulsory, sir. Every method should perform the logical operations on properties only. On properties only. No, sir, I'm developing the method. It doesn't perform operations on the properties, sir. And that is not a good coding. So 100% methods should operate these properties. It's an official rule, sir. Official rule. So this is like as functions, we can define the methods. So like as variables, we can define the properties. One major difference between the variable and property. Suppose if I have x variable, I can use directly like this. If x I defined as a property, before that some reference name is compulsory. Array dot and we are using one reference name dot x. This is property. This is variable and this is property. Next to functions are add. We can directly call this one add. It's a function. Before that, one reference name dot add is there, sir. Then it is a method. So your name before dot is there. Compulsory, you are the member. Compulsory, you are the member. Who is that members are into either property or method? Who is that members are into either property or method? Before your name dot is not available, you are the non-member. That is the general variable and general function. So calling style, memory locations, the difference between the two things. Indirectly, both similar. Exactly not same, but similar. Slight differences. What is the use of these objects, sir? Objects are used for data maintenance only, sir. If you want to maintain the data within your project, arrays introduction law I compared with the databases. Remember, arrays introduction day, first day of the arrays. Arrays are using data maintenance, so objects also use data maintenance. But database is also available here, sir. I did the comparison. Remember or not? Why databases, why arrays and objects? So clearly explain the difference between the database data maintenance and arrays objects data maintenance. If you remember, it's very good, sir. So data maintenance. But sir, previous topic arrays also you said the data maintenance only. Objects also you are saying the data maintenance only. Then why the two topics for the same purpose, sir? Small comparison available here. See that. The small comparison here. Yes, here. A permanent storage, the temporary storage, water bottle and a tank example. All right. Arrays are used for data maintenance. Even objects also used for data maintenance. Then same purpose, two topics have slight differences. Arrays maintains the data in the sequence order. Clearly mention that point arrays, like as our side by side, sign compartments available, no? Uniformly connecting all the things. But objects maintains the data random order. Uniformness not available. For example, in our classroom, offline classroom, how we are sitting, not uniform order, here, different places, gaps, we are going to sitting. Offline classrooms I'm talking. That is object maintenance. Classroom is the objective. A classroom inside how we are sitting, sir, your data maintenance like train is array. Array how the compartments are connected one by one, one by one. It maintains data like this. That is called as the sequence order. Next, arrays we can operate based on the indexes. When you are storing the data, when you are retrieving the data, always we have to use indexes. But proper objects we can operate by using the properties, nothing but a key. Every property linked with one value, sir, means every key mapped with one value. Every key mapped with one value. If you want to store the data in objects based on the keys, if you want to retrieve the data from object based on the keys, if you want to store the data in arrays based on index, if you want to modify the array, index A. If you want to retrieve the data, index 1. In arrays, every operation should perform index support. Objects, every operation performed with the support of keys or property. An array is created by using array literal square brackets, array literal square brackets. And objects are created by using the object literal curly brackets. This is object literal, sir. Overall, it's a fourth literal. Remember, string literal, template literal, array literal, and now this is the object literal. So one more literal is there, sir. Next week we are discussing that literals also close. Arrays are created by using the square brackets and objects are created by using the curly brackets. Small comparison between the array and object, sir. Small comparison between the array and object. Next, just an idea purpose. Person is object, right? If we take person as an object, person details are properties. Name of the person, age of the person, male gender of the person, date of birth, married, unmarried, height, weight, color, educational qualification. All these becomes as a properties. And methods start. What are the works person doing daily in the life? Sleeping, eating, walking, talking, running, playing, studying, working, driving, cooking. All these all becomes as a methods. Your work is method. Your details is property. Your work is method. Your details are property. Like that every tag. Tag inside property is not available, sir. Tag inside property center, that is only, sir. Width, height, color, background, SRC, target, alignment, padding, matching, all these are called as properties. Remember a CSS concept? The all over the CSS, which pronunciation we use? Properties only. Over the CSS, we use property, property, property. Next, how to create objects in JavaScript, sir. Two syntaxes, couple of syntaxes available. These are the mostly used syntaxes. One is by using object literal. Another one is by using the constructor function. Using object literal. Second one by using constructor function. Remember these type of pronunciations somewhere I used it. Anybody? Same type of wording, same type of pronunciation. Somewhere I used it in the recent topic. Anybody do you remember? Remember which scenario, which topic? Could you drop that one message? Okay. Yes, here arrays introduction. I explained the same points only. Arrays introduction. Arrays also we can create in two syntaxes. So many is there. These are the two problem. By using slice method also we can create array. Because when you are slicing new arrays creating by using split method also we can create array. But these are the popular models. Same points I explained in arrays also. Array literal, array constructor. Now here object literal, object constructor. So concept same, the spellings difference. Okay, first we are starting with the object literal, sir. So that was guideline I'm explaining. See that one. Sentence observer one. Object is a one predefined class in JavaScript. O capital letter, observe that one, sir. O capital letter. What is this, sir? It's one of the predefined class of JavaScript library. So many predefined classes in that this is one of the class. Okay. What is the special of this class, sir? For easy understandability, on HTML point touching. In HTML, we have a lot of tags, a lot of elements, right? For all these tags, who is the base? For all HTML tags, who is the base or who is the root? Okay, good. HTML tag is the base tag, right? Like that. In JavaScript, also a lot of predefined classes available. For all these classes, one base class is there. That base class is called as object class. Almost all subjects available this point, sir. Remember, almost all languages this point is there, especially Java and dot. All Java classes are the deriving from the object class. Remember that language candidates. In JavaScript, every class, every object should be derived from object class prototype. If you create arrays, if you create strings, if you create anything, that all are the subordinates of the object class prototype. Every HTML tag must be the subtag of the HTML tag. Any HTML element, any HTML tag is the subtag of the HTML tag. Right? Like any JavaScript class, any JavaScript object should be the subordinate of this object class one. So that is yellow color line meaning, sir. All JavaScript classes, all JavaScript objects are deriving. Even our array also. Recently, arrays strings we completed. That array also is the derivation of this object one. Array is also subordinate of this one. Even string is also subordinate of this one. And we are daily using the document object that is also subordinate of this one. And recently we used the console object. It is also subordinate of this one. One or two times the date object also I use it. Maybe you remember or not, I don't know that one. One or two times I use it. Data. That is also subordinate of this one. Like that, everything is deriving from the object class prototype. Okay, now we are following the first syntax, sir. How to create objects by using literals. This is the syntax. Constant followed by reference variable equals to curly brackets. Just like yes, for your easy connectivity, constant followed by array equals to this one. No constant followed by this. This is object. This is array. Just brackets difference. Okay? Array and object. Brackets are difference. And you remember one more thing. Constant followed by add equals to this is called as function. Consider all are non-primitive data types. All are reference to data types. All are non-primitive data types and all are reference to data types. One is objective, one is array, one is the function. So constant not interested, you can use the where or let also, sir. Your choice, Ari. Hmm? Really preferable constant. But if you are not interested, you can use the array, where or let also, no problem. Followed by something reference variable equals to my object begins, my object ends. My object structure begins, my object structure ends. Inside that, what we have, sir, group of properties and methods. In theory, also I said together group of properties and methods. The syntax we carefully observe, sir. Matching to our CSS syntax. Identified CSS మన selectors writing that syntax matching. So property colon value comma property colon value comma property colon value. Nothing but your variables. Variable value, variable value. This is initialization of property or variable initialization. Once variable initialization completed, you can define the methods. But sir, we don't know how to define the methods, sir. The functions we have an idea, as same way methods also we can define. Like as functions, like given like this, like as normal functions or expressions arrows, we can define the method. Three formats we can define the named methods, expressional methods, and arrow methods. Three syntaxes available. Anything we can follow. The expressions we are using similar to functions, like changes. Okay. Object created successfully with this syntax. Now I want to access this object. I want to utilize this object, sir. This you know very well, sir. Almost all JavaScript programs we are following this. We identified, we connected it. Almost all programs we followed the same syntax. Connected every program almost. Document.write, document.write error, window.alert, window.prompt, window.confirm, console.log, console.table. Recently complete. Array.push to array.pop to array.shift to array.something, array.something, array.something. Exactly. This is array.length. It is the length of the array. Array.length, setting the value to length. Connected and at a point. In video we are following. A property is very less cases we use. The third line, no, every JavaScript example ever. So how to create object, how to access the object. First syntax. Literal syntax. After showing one example on literal, then I'll go for the construct. See the example here. Syntax what we have semicolon or comma na. Theory part syntax what I said semicolon or comma kada. So we should use comma only. Every property after comma compulsory, every method after comma compulsory. Every property, every method should be separated by comma. So demonstration on objects, sir. How to create objects, how to access the objects. So constant followed by OB equals to curly brackets. What is this, sir? An empty object is created. So a few days back, I designed like this, an empty array. Arrays. Huh? Now an empty object. What are the members of the object, sir? Nothing, sir. No members, sir. No properties and no methods. It's a blank become empty object. But object created successfully. Array created together that day. So object also created successfully. Object inside, nothing is there, just a hollow space. Oh, 5 to 7 items available, sir, internally, secret items. You can check the OB. Sorry. Observe na empty object. Same style we got that day also arrays. The last line observed as a prototype object. This OB created by object class prototype. Or this OB deriving from object class prototype. Not only this OB, even if you run your arrays examples also, if you check the array structure, last line this only were. Check it once. Constant A equals to array. So this is OB, this is array. Observe both are non-primitive data types, both are used for data storing only, but one created with angle bracket, one created with curly brackets. One maintain the data in the sequence order, one maintain the data in the random order. Lines are also matching. Observe that. Array size is 0. Object is empty. Object is empty. But you said here is a prototype object, sir, but this is prototype array creating, sir. Prototype of array is deriving from the prototype of object, but that is not displaying, sir. Expand this button and go to the last line. This is the case. So everything they should be comes like this only, sir. Even you can check the console also. Expand this. Console is the predefined object. Go to the last line, sir. What we have again here? Object prototype of object only. So empty object is ready. An empty object is ready. Next, I want to perform some operations. I want to perform some operations in the sense I want to store the data. But if I want to store the data, I need properties, right? Is there any properties in the object? No, it's an empty object. Can I store the data in that one, sir? Sir, you can store the data. That's not a problem. By using the special mechanism prototyping, ob.x equals to 10. The things are little bit concentration. OB inside, is there any X? Within OB, is there any X? No. But I'm storing the data in X that is belongs to OB. But we are not defined any X inside the OB, sir. Yes. Then how it is going to storing the 10 in that X, sir? This is the concept of prototyping. Prototyping. This is the concept of prototyping. Java and .NET especially small comparison. Also, if you create an object in Java .NET, generally and .NET, new followed by test. The object is ready. But in this object, can you add the new properties and new methods? Object already created, sir. Object already constructed. Memory also allocated. Like this, can you add the new items to this existing object? Java.NET candidates, maybe Python candidates also you can play it, no problem. Object already created. Memory allocation already done. But can I add the new items like this, sir? No, whether that is you are not prototype based program, but I am prototype based programming. Any minute, any second, I can add the new items to this already created object. That is called as prototyping. That is called as prototyping. To see the small information about prototype, sir. What is prototype, sir? Prototype is the structure of the object or skeleton of the object. Prototype represents the structure of the object or the skeleton of the object. Okay. This prototype is property or operational method, sir. It's a predefined property set. Prototype is predefined property, but I'm not using here. Actual meaning I think this is we have to write. Actual step is that one. But you don't need to write this word specially. Not necessary. Directly you can go for the shortcut like this. But original step is this one. Original logic. So what is that prototype, sir? It's one of the predefined property. What it is representing, sir? It represents the structure of the object. Every object structure is called as bootstrap. Bootstrap, I said, sir, overview we are going to discuss in the first days of the batch. I said that bootstrap is comes overview. Starting days, I informed that one very clearly. Overview, like as a small workshop style. Story, end of the morning. Prototype represents the structure of the object, skeleton of the object. By using this prototype, what we can do, sir? Also, a small sentence. Wait. Two sentences, sir. By using prototype, you can add a new properties or a new methods to existing objects. With the support of prototype, with the help of prototype, you can add a new properties or new methods, even methods also, to already created objects. Any object, not only your object, even predefined object also. Document object predefined or not? Long back it is created, right? In the document object, can I store my own data set? Why not? Document.y equals to 100. Possible. But long back created and moreover it's a predefined object set. Even it is predefined object, I can store the data. I can add my own method also. Document inside predefined methods are there. Right and right element. You can add your own method also. Allowed. Even console object also allowed. This type of special nature is called as prototyping. The meaning what sir ante if you create anything, it's not a final. It is designed anything, it's not a fixed. That one we can change anytime. We can make modifications any minute also. That is the mechanism of the prototype. Even if you don't want any item, that removing also possible. My object inside X variable is there, sir. I don't want X, sir. And delete that one. Possible. Deletion also possible. Adding of the new items is possible. Removing of the existing items also possible. In original OOPS concept, can you do like this? Original object-oriented programming. Possible? No chance, together. That is the from day one onwards, I'm saying JavaScript is different. So this is empty object set. Now I added one property. Property stored as set successfully. You can check in the console. The dynamic programming are a prototype. Observed? Few minutes back, it's an empty brackets. Now we have the x equals to 10. In our OB, only x only available as R. No, no, no. Along with the x, some predefined methods to properties available. Predefined. How, sir? I already said 3-4 times. Your OB is deriving from the this object class prototype, right? So this is the parent and your OB is the chain. All these parent items also available in your OB. All these parent items also available in OB. మన HTML concept is that parent tag available, child tag available. Parent tag things all comes to child tag or not? Settings gaani, styles gaani, anything. Parent to tag related anything is automatically affected to child tag. This is also like that only. If you want to see that one, you just expand this one, you'll get the list of predefined things. Some two string methods, value of method, property method, one constructor also available. These are the members of the object class. These are also available in every object, even arrays also. Reason for all these things, the parent is this one. The parent belongings compulsory it should carry by the childs. Parent genes comes to childs are compulsory. Can I add one method, sir? Sir, write one method also. M1. This is method name. M1 is the method name. Function syntax is there. No? This function syntax we have to follow. I'm adding one property. At the same time, I'm adding one function also. The function is sir, but I said together it should be pronounced as a method. It's function only, but it should be pronounced as a method. How to see the console? Please don't scroll, sir. You did the mistake and you know, no? Huh? Right, Swarna madam. Because console we use it how many times? Lot of times use it, right? So you don't know. Then only you have the fear. Hmm? So this is the function syntax. Actually, it's a method also, sir. Inside that, whatever body you want to write, your choice. For testing operations here, I'm just writing like this. Documented dot write followed by I I am method. A small message. And this is a first I created an empty object. Later, as per the situation demanding, dynamically I added one property and one method also. Remember, this is the body of the method and this is the name of the method. Reference the method. But function keyword available, sir. A keyword function. I already said the functions are promoted to methods. Functions are next level method. Hmm? The part I clearly mentioned that point. Maybe what you are expecting, and we are writing methods, so method keyword is comes here. No, 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 sir. You write the functions. If you write the method, keyword is singular. That is function. That is function. So now you can go and check it here. Open console. Check the OB. So check the OB. What we have here? X property. M1 is the function. Can I call this one, sir? Now OB dot X answer is 10. OB dot M1 answer is the spelling mistake. So OB dot X 10. OB dot M1. Now output here series. Object created successfully. Later we placed items, right? Now while creating of object, how to place the items, I'll show that in that also. So these two programmatically also I'm showing. The document dot write followed by print my X data. It prints your data. V dot X. And I'm calling method also. OV dot. For confirmation, I'm printing the X value and I'm calling the my method also. So this is object declaration. Object declaration. Next, I'm showing the object initialization. Like as array initialization, we have object initialization. Object. Student object, I'm taking here this time. Student object. Now follow the syntax, sir, in theory part what I expect. Property colon value, comma, property colon value, comma, up to n number of properties. Follow this. So properties. Comment line also I'm writing for your reference. Student number details, serial number, one, comma, name of the student, Ram, comma, course joined, HTML. So this is side by side you are typing a line by line you are typing a your choice. That is not a matter. But every property after comma compulsory, otherwise syntax error is come. For overcoming of the syntax errors, if you are interested, you can use the error handling. Hmm? So an object is ready with the total three properties successfully created, and memory is allocated dynamically also. Okay, sir. But where the memory allocated, sir? Object's memory is always allocated in the heap area, sir. Like this. The course I taking here, but in diagram marks available. The diagram observe this one. Only small change, course place marks. So this is memory allocation for objects. Serial number of the student, name of the student, course join. Where the object is created, sir. Object is created in the heap area. Heap area. And is stood to reference variable created in the stack area. Where this object is created, that address assumption 10,001, suppose. The 10,001 stored in the STUD. The 10,001 stored in the STUD. This is the memory management for the object. Small conclusions, sir, once again, because you know already OOPS concept whether you are getting fighting properties created inside this object, X, Y, Z, something, something. Most of the you are what you are doing, sir. At the top of this one, you are writing your object name also, right? ID, name, course, and top of this box, you are writing the your reference name also, right? A rough diagram, sir, is a rough diagram, but reality is not that one. Rough diagram, but reality it's not like that. Object different to STU different. STU is the reference variable. It is reference variable, and this is object. Mostly what we are doing the mistakes are at a small mistake to top of the object a reference name also we are right. Then only sometimes we are getting confusion. Some steps we are not understanding also. Already in arrays situation, I already explained this point. But one more time, I'm saying. So memory management is like this. Now for confirmation, I'm printing all the data here. The document dot write followed by print serial number. So to dot slno. So name of the student and the course join. Just I stored the data, then again I'm retrieving the data. Sir, in this object, methods not available, sir. Only properties I focus for. Next example, methods I'll introduce. Next example, I'll introduce the methods. Now see the output of this program. This is the first object output and this is the second object output. Both objects stored are created successfully. And if you check the both objects, common point available, structure of object. We check a lot of times structure of arrays. So all objects are coming from like. So this is an object creation. On point I'm highlighting, carefully listen. I created any class here. I designed any class here in this program. Not created, right? But I created object or not. object created together. Go to your java.net. Is it possible? Or even Python also. Without class, directly object creation. Possible? Yes, sir. Possible. Language here. Two answers yes and వచ్చినాయి sir. Who is that? Mukherjee and Paul. So PK Paul and Mukherjee. Yes, and you said which answer that S1 not created as a possible SR. So that is prototyping concept, sir. We are just using objects. We are depending on objects. We don't need any classes. I created directly student object and I stored the data also. The same process if you want to do in Java and .NET or some other language. So 15 plus lines code required or not. I want to maintain one student details with properly. Minimum 15 plus lines code is required or not required. Public class, student, inside properties declaration, inside one constructor, setter methods, so getter methods, so and after that object creation. Easily 15 plus lines of code required, sir. If you follow all the OOPS fundamentals and guidelines, the OOPS coding principles, if you follow properly, you'll get easily 25 lines of code. With a little bit of violations available, 15 plus lines. But here, I just created in the single line. I just created in the single line. So that is the power of the prototyping program. Single line, first time gada, then only line by line I typed. Actually, I can write side by side or not. About how many lines codes for student object creation? Just a single line only. So clear other languages to JavaScript comparison. Uh, a small thing, sir. For 5 minutes, I'll continue the session. Don't mind, 5 minutes, I'll continue the session. Okay. So an object is created here, and I'm going to creating one more object just for practicing purpose. One more object. So this is also object initialization only. It is also object initialization only. This time I'm creating some employee object properties once again. Just objects practicing, sir. That's all. Employee ID 11. Employee ID 11. A small difference available between the previous object to this object. You try to identify yourself. ID 11. Employee name. Some Sam. Next employee job. Some SSC. Next to salary. Uh, 1 lakh. Close the object. One more object, nothing special. One more object. ID, name, job, salary. Hmm. So this is also object initialization. Object created with the 4 properties. Last object to this object, what is the difference, sir? Every property here I mentioned in the quotations. But last object, I'm not using any quotations, right? Now, what is the meaning of that? Student object to I directly created. Employee object to I used quotations. So what is the meaning of that? Anybody is there or not? String no, sir. Not string point. And some other point is there. Try to press that dictionary. Dictionary, Oxford Dictionary. Huh? So the meaning of that is quotations using an auto you are interested in. That is meaning. All properties names string as course available. English word kada. It's not string. 100% string. Name English word string. Serial number English word string. Every property compulsory string. Values different types. So while defining of the properties, quotations using an order that is optional and it just I'm conveying the message. One time I use it, one time I'm not used it. How to understand quotations using an auto choice and that you have to understand. Okay, object created, confirmation, printing that object. So document dot emp dot id, small space, horizontal I'm printing side by side. Just confirmation and emp dot name, emp dot job, emp dot sal. So all the details we displayed on the screen. Hmm. These are the employee details. What is it, Rohit, sir? Not understanding what to, what not. You clearly type that message, sir. I didn't get that message. So one more object I created. Next to practicing purpose, one more object I'm creating. Why this number of, sir? Because it's a very dangerous situation ever. You all of you know maximum oops concept, right? That syntax is that for influences if you follow here will get the problem, sir. So then only more objects I'm creating registering in the brainer. That's all. Otherwise, a previous oops knowledge dominating in JavaScript also getting some problems. Except that there is no clear and then there is no other reason. Next, lastly, one more object, sir. Constant. One more object initialization. This time I'm creating image object. 1 hour back I said you that every HTML tag is a object in JavaScript. So that object I'm going to creating here. What you are doing, sir? Image tag details I'm maintaining. What is the details, sir? src equals to a.jpg. Image tag details. Width of the image some 100 pixels. Height of the image 200 pixels. Alternative text of the image A. If you are interested, you can write the title also, no problem. Title of the image from ABC. Total, I have 5 properties, sir. Single line object creation. Once again, single line object creation, 5 properties. This is the same thing if you write with angle brackets, it's called as tag. The same thing if you write with the curly brackets, it is called as object. Every tag, every element, while comes to JavaScript, it becomes as an object. Or every JavaScript object, while comes to HTML, it becomes as a tag. Now I want to print this object, sir. Now follow either this process or follow either this process. But sir, 5 properties available. But one after one, I want to print it. Some time taken process, sir. One by one, if you want to print it, it's a time taken process. No doubt at all. Is there any shortcut, sir? Yes, G. We have some predefined methods, collection methods are available. Object dot keys. I think so many you know these methods. Object dot values. Object class providing 2 predefined methods. One is the keys and second one is the values. What is the purpose of this one, sir? Keys method, it returns all the keys. Returns all keys, nothing but then properties. How it is returning the number of keys, sir? In the form of array. Like as a array. In our object, total 5 keys available. That 5 keys is stored inside one array. That array is going to return. Next to values method, sir. It returns all the values. Like as array. Returns all the values with the support of array. So in single statement, in single shot, we can get all properties names and we can get all values names also. That is the special of this one. Okay, but which object keys it is written, sir? Which object values it returns, sir? That you have to write your reference name here. Whose reference you mention here? Whose reference you mention here? That reference inside keys returns, that reference inside values returns. Like as a single dimension array. With an array's topic is, sir. Now see the implementation. Let k equals to img. Let k equals to img. Like that. Let v equals to img. Let v equals to img. Who is the k, sir? Array. What it stores? All the keys. Who is the V? Array. What it shows? All values of your object. Really, yes, sir. First, check in the console. Check in the console. K and V. Consider these are the keys and these are the values. So I separated the values from object and I separated the keys from object for easy accessing. Is it array or not? Both are arrays. An object converted into arrays. An object converted into arrays. Then how to handle the arrays? We know very well. Easiest process. Because arrays we can directly print it together. Have an option to print the arrays directly. So print all the keys. Single line will get all the data and print all the arrays. Otherwise, for in, for off, for each available. By using the for in, for off also, you can extract one by one. You can easily display on the screen. Both possible. Your choice. Direct printing is possible, or you can take the special features for in, for off, and you can extract the data. So see now this easy handling of the content. All the keys available and all the values also available. So this is how to create the objects in JavaScript. It's the most popular way to create the object. But here I created 4-5 objects, but in that 4 objects I used only properties. Methods not used, right? Now I'm going to showing the methods. How to define the methods inside the object. Because object is a collection of properties and methods. The properties demonstrated, sir. Now methods also demonstrated. Next example, properties methods combined I'll use it. Part wise I'm explaining, sir, for easy understanding and easy following. My object name is I'm taking some maths. Why, sir? I'm going to defining mathematical functions, the additional, subtractional, like that. So my object ready, empty object, object ready, object initialization, an empty object is ready. In this object, I'm going to creating the methods. How, sir? 3 syntaxes available. Any syntax you can follow. We have 3 syntaxes. First one is named methods. Second one is expressional methods. Third one is arrow methods. Somebody you know these pronunciations. Named, expressional, arrow. Named methods, expressional methods, and arrow methods, right? First syntax is a method name. Parameters are not a, that is your choice. And body of the method. This is syntax, named method. No keywords, so directly method name, brackets, parameters inside body. Just write the steps. Next, expressional methods is a method name, nothing but a reference variable. Equals to function, parameters, and inside that steps. This is second syntax. This is called as expressional method. Somebody you know na, it's called as expressional function. First one named function, second one expressional function. That is now promoted as a methods. Third one, sir. Again method name, colon, brackets directly, parameters, arrow operator. This is called as arrow operator. One of the operator. And you can write this. So 3 syntaxes available, sir, to define the methods in JavaScript. Which one you are interested, follow that one. Anything is okay. Mostly preferable this one, sir. Second, mostly using programmers, expressional methods. Now these I'm replacing here. See that method name, add, addition, parameters, x comma y, steps return followed by x plus y. So this is a simple method to find the sum of two numbers. Comma, compulsory comma. Next, the second method, product, colon function keyword, parameters x comma y, return followed by x multiplied with y, comma. Second method, second syntax. Third syntax, power. Oh, okay, mod also okay. Mod x comma y, return followed by x percentage y. Last method, comma not necessary, sir, because that is the last item, brother. So we don't need any comma. We don't need any comma. So first I shown syntaxes and everything converted into methods. This is one syntax, this is one syntax, this is one syntax. Different syntaxes to create the method. Object creation also we have different syntaxes. The for loop also different syntaxes. Variable declaration also different syntaxes like that. For pronunciation like this, named methods, expression methods, arrow methods. Named methods, expression methods, arrow methods. And every method after comma compulsory don't make. So now my maths object is a combination of three methods. My math object is a combination of three methods. So object ready, methods also ready. Then test it. Document dot write forward by call one by one method. It's working on auto. Mass dot add of 10 comma 20. After the arrays methods, how we call like that only we are calling. So this is the second one. Math dot product of 15 comma some 9 and math dot mod of so 100 comma 20. Three methods I called, sir. If everything is fine, we'll get the output. Otherwise, error comes. So these are the three methods, and we have the three outputs. Once and the last point, explore the maths. Observe, all these three are the functions. And this maths object also created from object prototype. Maths object also created from object prototype only. So how to create objects in JavaScript by using first syntax. That syntax is called as literal. Second syntax is constructor syntax, right? Enough for today. Over any energy. Okay, sir. Somebody is getting problems, charging issues. Topic ending, it takes 1 more hour, sir. 1 to 1.5 hours it will takes to complete this topic. Not 5-10 minutes. 5-10 minutes later, I'm continuing that one. Yeah, takes another 1 hour to 1.5 hours to finish this one. Okay, okay, no problem. Mixed response, we got it. That is only 1 hour back. I said, if any incident is happens, two answers are comes, two opinions. Somebody no, it's enough for us. Somebody yes, we can continue. Okay, no problem. Tomorrow we'll continue as usual or regular timings. Sir, every topic I'm posting, sir, Rahuri. Why this topic only? These type of things only, sir. A little bit of irritating. All topics I posted here, sir. Any topic is missing, no other, right? All topics theory I posted, all topics examples I posted here. You don't need to inform to me. I'll do my duty. On any topic you are feeling not posted, especially this topic only why you are asking. You are asking like this, and what is your feeling? I'm not posting remaining topics, and correct, na? Rahuri, especially you are asking like this, and remaining topics I didn't post it. At least you can post this one, sir. And you are asking like that. Okay, sir. If you have any questions related to explanations, you can drop. There is no questions or doubts. You can please leave. Tomorrow we'll continue the session as usual, online, offline. Thank you all. Doubts available candidates, please drop it. Rahul, you didn't reply. Why especially you are asking like this? The previous topics I'm not posted. I need response. Yes, finally block not execute. Class over, sir. Questions, doubts, clarification. Done. Class over. Sanji, class over. Vijay. Which case finally block not executed. Asni, you know that already finally Java no .NET is somewhere. Is that already? No idea. Rules of throw. What was your PK Paul? You also no idea, na? I hope you both are worked already, right? Exception handling in other languages. Worked or not? Already used the error handling or exception handling some different subjects. No, first time, huh? Mm. Then what you learn in Python when finally not executed? In Python when finally not executed? I'll explain later. Don't worry, I'll explain. But just I'm knowing how much you know and just I'm testing it. I'll explain you. Don't worry. I want to know how much you know. You know, already 3 years experience, sir. Oh my God. But still you don't know, na? How, yeah? Oh, third year student. Ah, sorry, sorry. Okay, year okay le. Previously worked, not exception handling or error handling. Any other subjects? Are you handle that one? Are you using the topic or not? No, na? I'm indirectly giving the answer, not directly. So test for your brain also. Error handling third example is there, na? In that example, your question answer is there. All for you. This is reply. Throws example explain kada throw example. That example, what is the rule is available. So try to guess. One day time is there. Tomorrow session I'll explain that point. In this one day, you try to get yourself. What is the question I asked? While using a throw statement, we should follow one rule. I already followed the rule. So try to catch it yourself. Finally, block also tomorrow I'll explain number. I'll tomorrow session I'll cover that special points together. JavaScript to morning 7:30 batch. It is going to starting, sir. Oh, 3 4 days within 3 4 days. Next week, morning 7:30 batch. Can I log out the session?